do the multi try and catch, and implement the finally. Now the finally stays the same, so I'm gonna just grab it from here. And implement that there. Add the throws, and that's it for that. Everything related to JDBC now needs to be in the try. And next up is the prepare statement, but we do not have a statement to prepare at the moment.
How about the return?
So we need to go, yes, we need to go to Oracle queries.
How about return?
Hmm?
No.
So we need to implement that query. So a public static final string register user, and the query reads insert into into user table. Now the columns that I want to insert to, which is the email, password, and the user underscore role. The values are question mark, question mark, question mark. Okay, so that's my query. So why am I not inserting into the primary key? Because Oracle is already taking care of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the user DAO. So prepare statement equals to the connection and the Oracle query that I just built. Now, how many queries do I need to set? 3. Nice. So a statement. The first one was email. So set string 1. And if I remind you that everything is coming from the user, right? So you that get email, the statement that says string position 2 will be password, and now the statement, the row, which is set int position 3, will be a 0, because that's going to represent a regular user. Okay, so now we're ready to set execute update. Now after we execute update, we need to make sure that in the prepare statement we add the columns that we want to request from Oracle. And after the execute update, we request for those columns by setting the result to the statement that generated keys, and test if the result got anything. We are going to retrieve it and set our ID to results that get int 1. So that's my whole method. Before finishing, add the return statement. And there you go. So that's my whole registration. So now I'm ready to actually use the service. So all that work was just to interact with the database and get some data. Now, how I represent the data is not up to the DAO. The DAO the only purpose for the DAOs is to get some data. Like, you want a user by email, then I get you a whole record by email. You want to save a user, then I will save a user to the database. Now, how do we represent that is the way of using the JSP and servlet technology. So we need to go back to our unfinished user servlet, and now we can use the user DAO. So make a user of DAO, u DAO equals to new user DAO, import that. Now, once I have a user, let me remind you, and this is the way I taught you guys to do it. If I remember correctly, that my user initially is no, right? So if I don't retrieve or the user with such an email does not exist in the database, it's gonna give me a no pointer, right? It's gonna return no. So in the servlet, I'm gonna test for a no. But if it has a user, if a user is in the recording the database with such an email, then I will give a reference and some data, right? So now I know how to differentiate whether the user exists in the database or whether it does. But it doesn't exist and it does. Sorry. So in the user servlet, I would say create a user, call it u, right? I won't give a reference because I'm going to return a user from the user DAO. So u DAO that get user by email, pass the email that I got from the password, which is the username, and now test if u does not equals to no, that means I got a user. Else I don't have a user in the database with such an email. So what I need to do in here is the following things. I need to set up a page all the way at top here, outside the if statements. And what this does is allows me to kind of set up the dispatcher all the way at the end with a page that I will tell it as I make some conditions. So if there is a user, I need to test also if the u that get password that equals to the password that was submitted from the form. If that's the case, then I will set up the dispatcher and dispatch to the get started page. So page equals to what was it? So that's gonna be the get started, but I need a servlet to service this request. Because I'm coming from I'm gonna go to the do post. If I don't have anything to say, okay, if I don't have anything to display dynamically in the get started, I would just use the send redirect right here. So that doesn't matter. But I'm gonna show you how to do it with this. And hopefully we can do a sort of like a parsing, just like we're doing here in the other server. So in here it will be the how do you guys call that?
Get started.
Get started?
Yeah.
But no, the server. Is it for the home or? I'm gonna call it get started route. Get underscore started route. And I need to put a parameter action and set it equals to just